What is the nexus between Syrian refugees and North Carolina?
Well, what happened was in the wake of the Paris terrorist bombings on November 13th, concerns were raised about the possibility that a number of refugees, even if it was a very small percentage of the refugees who were leaving Syria, actually were embeds from ISIS or some other Islamic terrorist group, and that they were, once they had gotten through the initial checkpoints in Greece and gone on to Europe and then been dispersed to the United States and other places, that we really weren't doing a very good job of vetting a lot of these folks in advance. And so after the Paris attacks, we saw an interest in doing that. A half dozen governors or so asked over the weekend, so between Friday and Sunday of that week, had about a half dozen governors asked to not have refugees resettled there. Carolina Journal had been trying to find out for some time about the number of Syrian refugees who had been resettled in North Carolina, and we got the response several hours before the attacks took place in Paris. At the time, the information we had was 44 had been settled in North Carolina from the 1st of January 2014 up until the 1st of October, and then we got that number updated up to 59 during the total from that, 20-month period. So that was an issue, because what happens essentially is that these refugees are vetted to some extent by other countries. They are then gone through there's a second level of vetting, allegedly, that's taking place from the State Department or Homeland Security. And then from there, they're basically assigned to different charities that are in charge of making sure that refugees have essential services such as housing, medical care, have opportunities to do some English language learning and that sort of thing. But the states have very, very little control over where those refugees are resettled.